Hey everyone, it's April 8th, and that means that if today is your birthday, you share it with John Reginald Christie, an English serial killer and necrophiliac known as the Rillington Place Strangler, who took 8 lives in the 1940s and 1950s, and that is him right up there. Christie was born in 1899 and was abused as a child by his father. While he was an outstanding student, he was unpopular with his peers. He had issues at home as well, reportedly being sexually aroused by the sight of his dead grandfather and peeping in on his sisters. His first sexual experience came when he hired a prostitute at the age of 19. Christie enlisted as a signalman in World War I, during which he was hospitalized after a mustard gas attack, affecting both his sight and speech. Finding work as a postman, he was married shortly after the end of the war, but he was known to be impotent with his wife and frequented prostitutes instead. The marriage came to an end after 4 years, and during that time Christie began to run afoul of the law, spending time behind bars for theft, assaulting a prostitute, and stealing a car. He reconciled with his wife in 1933, but he still spent time with prostitutes, and his sexual appetite began to turn violent. In 1939, he moved into 10 Rillington Place, where the bulk of his murders were committed. In 1943, Christie killed for the first time, strangling one of his companions during sex. The next year, he killed again, knocking a coworker unconscious with carbon monoxide gas, then choking her to death and committing necrophilia. He did the same to a pregnant neighbor a few years later, killing her while her husband believed he was giving her an illegal abortion. The husband was convicted and hanged for the murder in 1950, partially based on evidence provided by Christie. He continued his pattern over the next few years, murdering his own wife and 3 more women he convinced to come to his home before finally being caught in 1953 when he moved, and a new tenant in the home found their bodies hidden in the cellar. Christie was convicted of the murder of his wife and hanged in 1953 on the same gallows that were used to execute the husband of his earlier victim, who was pardoned posthumously. The film 10 Rillington Place was filmed in the actual home where the events took place and was released in 1970, starring Richard Attenborough as Christie and John Hurt as his neighbor. That's a killer cast. If this was your birthday, I hope you had a great day, and leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know somebody whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to John Christie, I have to say, happy birthday, you bastard!